I go with the overwhelming majority of the climate scientists have concluded that most of the warming trend is due to human causes, especially burning carbon-based fossil fuels.
Planet?
Yes, because I mean, we just need to take care of it for future generations. You don't need to go above and beyond, but I mean, just like do a little bit. So if everybody does a little bit, then everybody will make the planet a little better.
I think it's definitely human involvement because, I don't know, you hear about all this like depletion of the ozone layer and stuff, and hairspray kills the ozone layer. Well,
Hey, let's not get personal here.
I can't go without hairspray, so
That's okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, and a lot, the earth is more populated now than it was, you know, a long time ago, so, I mean, something's going to deplete somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
I think, like, our winters don't start till, you know, it seems to get, like, hotter. It stays hotter more, like, toward the end of December, and it finally gets cold around February, and then it's really cold.
It certainly seems that way.
Certainly seems
the
that way.
weather has been more variable and more unusual than perhaps it used to be.
Okay.
I think that the weather in South Georgia is very, one day it's hot, and then the next day it's freezing whenever you go outside. It's very bipolar. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's like, I need a jacket, and it's like, oh gosh, no I don't, or, you know, it just kind of bounces back and forth.
Do you feel like it's a human moral obligation to take care of the earth and our planet?
Oh yeah, definitely. We definitely take care of our planet. Otherwise,
I think we should keep up with the environment because obviously we live here, and I mean, it's like our environment. So.
Well, a lot of Americans don't like to compare us with Europe, but why is it that Europeans use less than half as much energy per capita as we do, and yet they still have similarly high standards of living? I mean, their development patterns are different. They actually have good, modern, functioning public transportation, which we don't. You know, our development patterns are so completely reliant on the automobile, on the single-passenger automobile, that's a huge part of the problem right there.
Yeah.
That's the equation we should be looking at, is how they can be more than twice, 2 to 3 times as efficient as we are, or 2 to 3 times less wasteful than we are. That's what we ought to be looking at for a big part of the solution.
I mean, I think we're doing what, I mean, everybody's kind of aware of global climate or whatever, and we are changing vehicles over to some things. Like, I mean, I know for marketing, I had to talk about how the Walmart trucks are changing, so they're more economically, you know, better for the environment. So, I mean, I guess I just keep the word going.
Keep spreading
and
the
start,
message.
like, when the children are young.
They have to drive a battery-powered car.
They would have to drive a battery-powered
car.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, or one that, what is it that runs off of corn?
Corn.
Is that real?
That's a tough question. It'd be easier if you asked if I was king.
Yeah, if you were king, either one.
Yeah, I'd certainly disapprove the Keystone Pipeline. That's a no-brainer. You know, I guess the one good thing Obama has done is increase the fuel efficiency standards for cars. I believe he's made federal contracts required them to go with you know, fuel efficient vehicles and sort of. But you know, obviously we need to remove the subsidies taxpayer subsidies for fossil fuel extraction and burning, and try to phase them out while we phase in more carbon neutral methods of producing power. But even before we do that, we need to just find ways of using a lot less power, electricity. So conservation is a win-win, because you reduce consumption, and at the same time you reduce pollution, production of carbon. And it's kind of sad that the only time it seems to happen is when we have a severe economic downturn.
Yeah.
And people are forced to conserve because of economic considerations only. So yeah, we're way too wasteful, basically. That's the number one problem. There's, in a sense, everybody's thinking about, we got to find more power, more different types of power. I say that's a step down the road. First, we got to use less.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're nowhere near, we're not very far down that road of figuring out how to use a lot less.
I do.
Cool.
Because, if you start early, then, who's to say, like, that 5-year-old, like, in a couple of years, if they become an inventor or an engineer or
Yeah.
whatever, then, that's implanted in them early on. So that's